Hello, hello, hello. It is Elsid 932 on YouTube. We are here to cover Ready to Love Detroit. Ready to Love Detroit. I believe it's episode 11. We at 1111. Okay. Woo. Oh, my word. We have a lot to cover. We have a lot to cover in this episode. And I hope you're going to buckle in and be with me as we cover this whole episode. There is a lot of ground to cover in Detroit. No pun intended. That's just how Detroit is working us, okay? Okay, even though it's less people, we got a lot of ground to cover. Hey, Miss Buckeye, good to see you. Good to have you here. Y'all, hit that like button, drop in, say hey, wave as Miss Buckeye is doing. Let everybody know you are here. You could be listening in the bushes, and that's fine. That's quite all right. But we are here to get through Ready to Love. Yes, Quay, I know you're driving. This was an episode child. And for the members, y'all have a child. Y'all have a child emoji, okay? Okay. You're going to have to dip out in an hour. Okay. Okay. Awesome. You've been asked to join commentary. Awesome, Jaguar. We will look out for you. We're going to be in a replay crew, okay? So we start off in the men's lounge. Hey, Rana, good to see you watching end of the episode now. Girl. Hey, Kathy Smith, good to see you. So we start men's lounge. We only got 3 men left, right, Jay Blake? We only got 3 men left. Good to see you, Toya C. Haven't seen you in a bit. Hope all is well. Men's lounge, 3 men. Bello, Vince, and Darius. Bello, Vince, and Darius. Tommy tells Darius he looking like the Game of Thrones, walking in there with his how can I say it? His dire wolf around his neck. And Tommy actually said the White Walkers are coming. Tommy, are you looking? Are you looking to get a cameo on the Game of Thrones? Are you looking? Bellows' yellow suit did stand out as well. Okay. Bellows' yellow suit stood out as well. It's a caution sign. Okay. Sidebar, not to skip. Bellows' brother is cute. Okay, Ron, he is. Yes, he is. I'll give you that. Not Darius look like a fool. Girl, not Darius look like a fool. It was Game of Thrones style. Tommy like it, okay? Maybe he's trying to be on the next Coming to America. He got the whole wardrobe. Anyway, Darius said he had a great time with Ashley and more time on the phone with Ashante. But it's time to introduce the women to your family. Tommy said it's family time. And this is going to be very interesting, y'all. Bello says he does not introduce women to his family unless they're engaged. So how often has that been, Bello? Just asking for the ladies on the show. How often has that been? And it's funny how, he says he can't leave with 3, but only 1. Were you hoping to leave with more than 1, Bello? The way you said that made me think, like, if you had the option to leave with more than 1 lady, you would take it. Are you checking to see if that's an option? Hate to go to Africa. Good to see you. No. Y'all, it's the fashion. Darius is there to give you runway. He is a designer, okay? He is showing off his fashion. So Darius brought his siblings. But I was wondering, where are your adult kids, Darius? Can not even one of your adult kids show up for this? That would have been absolutely amazing to me. If one of Darius's adult children were actually there, that would have added a certain layer. But hey, we are fine with his sister and brother there. Ashante said they be having too much fun on the phone and excited to meet, his family and have some time together. So we meeting the family and we ain't had time together, Ashante? We meeting the family and we ain't had other time together. We ain't even had a Zoom date like Nicole wanted to have to Ed. We ain't even do that. And we meeting the family. Please play with somebody else. Don't play with us. Please own Ready to Love. Ashante, Darius, play with somebody else. Don't play with us. Funny how Ashante is a front runner with guys and family. Not a fan, but she can go either way. he was unserious, so don't play with the children. Mm, okay. Well, hey, it's his I said his adult children now, his adult children. So maybe the adult children could bring an extra layer. That's what I was hoping for, but not necessary. That's just my hope. So the sister does ask a question about the thoughts on Darius and God. And Ashante says that she meditates every day. Did we have an issue with Ashante and, religion before, or a question that's between her and Bello? It seemed like, editing gave us a different answer this time. Whew. But she must have said a whole lot more for his sister to just be okay with, I pray and meditate every day. It had to be longer. Now, the brother did ask Ashante, do you drink and hang out a lot? Mm. Didn't we say we outside? Didn't we tell Steven the reason why we can't really be serious with him is because we outside? We don't want someone at home all the time. But she says she does paintings and other activities. She goes out, but she made it seem very, very like low key. Like she don't go outside too much. Mm, interesting. Y'all need to ask your brother if he outside. That's what y'all need to do. So Sis says that very few people bring it out of him. And I wonder what that out is. She said like skating, and I think there was more to the conversation. But what was the it? Very few people bring it out of Darius other than his family. But okay. Darius says that the family is impressed by Ashante. Ashley walks in, okay? And in the confessional, she's like, Ashante's here? Darius, who is your real connection? Ashley, it's going to be more than just one person meeting the family. Come on now, Ashley. More than one person will be meeting the family. So the brother asks about kids. Ashanti tells us about her daughter. Ashley says she ain't got none. Ashanti says, well, how does he conduct himself? How does Darius conduct himself in a relationship? Now, the sister said something very interesting. Says if you see him around beautiful women, he put the ladies to work. He's a designer and all that, but they edited his voice to say, I'm a fashion designer as well, from like his previous confessional. They inserted that. Okay. The sound like the clip was inserted. So you're trying to say, sis and bro, that the beautiful woman don't catch his eye romantically. That if it's a beautiful woman and he's trying to put them to work, I'm sorry. Are you trying to tell her to give him permission to be talking to everybody? Or are you just trying to tell her don't, get her claws out with everybody? I'm just asking. Because that's what it sounded like. Like, don't be too harsh on him. Because he's always around beautiful ladies. That's when you're supposed to put your radar down. Okay? Put the radar down. Yes, Rana, we heard that. I'm a fashion designer as well. I can't say it like Darius, but that's how it sounded. So Ashley said, yeah, but if anyone can hop into your DMs, you're too accessible. And, I agree with Ashley, but as a sister said, you can't stop people from reaching out. But yes, it is how he responds that could be the issue. So Ashanti said, she helps by saying, allowing access to you. And the sis thinks that Ashley is guarded. Y'all are lovely ladies, but you guarded. I was like, ooh, no. Don't have me bring my defensive wall up, sis. I was watching Ashley. I'm like, Ashley, are we going to just lean back and just be done with this, or just lean back? Oh, I was like, sis, yes, she is guarded, but it was a little too much bite in that way you said, oh, but you guarded. But Ashante leaves after she has that lovely pizza. I saw that veggie pizza. It looked good. Okay, I hope it tasted good. Ashley's like, I'm not guarded. I'm observant. And what she's observant is the bull. I'm hoping that's what the next line was, Ashley. What I'm observing is the bull that's being fed to me, and I don't want to eat it. I was hoping that's what she said, but hey, they went on to talk about submission. And Ashley said it's a damsel in distress, and, she ain't one of them. And, some men think it means servant. So what she not going to do is the cooking and cleaning and all that other stuff every day. And some men use the Bible verses, but they don't adhere to it. I said, pew, 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 pew. Fire. I mean, fire in the hole. Ashley came out blazing. Not only it ain't mean servant to me, because it sounds like your brother think it means servant, but also people use Bible verses that they don't adhere to. I said, Ashley, what are the verses he been using that he does not adhere to? Please tell the crowd. Please tell us all. So Darius thinks that Ashley threw him under the bus to his family. Well, if your family know you, you were not thrown under the bus, sir. They just know exactly what's coming. They know what kind of traffic you pulling. But things they can do is, she's talking about things they have solved in private. Shouldn't bring it up now. Well, let's throw this out too. Since we're talking about church folks and what they say, how about seek wise counsel? Maybe Ashley is just asking your family who know you the best to seek wise counsel to say, hey, how he behaving? Is this what I got to deal with in the future? Okay. Jay Blake said, I bet that's the only verse he tried to memorize. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to think because the ladies have said that he likes to throw Bible verses out, with the grand rising each morning. So, I think, he may know more than a couple verses. Okay. More than a couple verses. A man who owned a strip club with his stripper girlfriend, 4 kids, no wives, could never, ever talk to me about God or submission. Call Peter. I'm sorry, Quay. If I put too much sauce on your comment, that's just how I heard it in my head. Okay. Well, the sister posted in Facebook group to clear the air. It got a lot of attention. I'm not in the Facebook group. I've been warned to stay clear. Stay clear of the Facebook group. I'm going to stay right over here in YouTube, Instagram. I'm going to stay here. Because if some of the cast is running from the Facebook group, I'm going to stay over here. Okay? Dara said, I just asked her what she was bringing to the relationship, and she said what she not going to do. Okay. So you are clear on what she not going to do. Or are you just pressed about what she said she not going to do? I'm trying to figure out, is it the fact that she said what she not going to do or that she led with what she not going to do? I'm trying to figure out exactly what the issue is, Darius. But he said he did apologize. He did apologize to her, okay? He did apologize to her. And it just said, Darius, know your audience. Thank you, Quay. Darius, know your audience. That could have been offensive, okay? When he said no 40-year-old will say some dumb like that. Ashley felt that he was trying to manipulate her to cook and clean. She felt that he was taking, a tug at her age. You thought I was going to react to the sister's statement? Well, she did say, watch your tone, know your audience. Know your audience. It could be offensive because she has been in that position and she knows his tone. She lived with him, Jaguar. She lived with him. Or I should say they grew up together, however they grew up. However, the family dynamic, she know her brother. And even if she didn't know her brother, to us here listening, it came off as offensive and we hear it in third hand. Okay? Okay? She's like, but Ashley said, if a 40-year-old gonna do that, go find one of them. Okay? If you looking for what a 40-year-old gonna do, find one of them. Leave me in peace. Sis does go on, says, it does not mean that Ashley isn't willing. It just means that for her, actions speak louder than words, and she just met you. She just met you. You have not proven to Ashley that she should submit to your will, okay? Or that you have submitted to God yourself. So again, patience. So Ashley leaves. In Ashley's confession, she said, this is supposed to be the honeymoon phase. And arguments already, can this be fixed? Is it the honeymoon phase? Okay, I think we missed that station. I think the honeymoon phase was the retreat, and that's it. So the family discussed it, and the sister said, Ashante is the best fit for his life right now. Ashley would be loyal, but y'all gonna bump heads. Rose said, you gotta come you got to come at her level of maturity. And I was like, wait a minute. Was that a dig? I need to hear the whole statement because it sounded like he was saying she immature, so you got to come at her in an immature way. That's how it sounded to me. I'm not sure. But Darius says, a lot of things, we're taken the wrong way. And the sis said, ha ha ha, and given the wrong way. Don't forget given. You gave her the information the wrong kind of way. But I'm so happy to see that his sister was challenging him. Although gently, she didn't raise her voice or anything. She did challenge him. And he did receive it, at least on camera. Okay? At least on camera, she said, hey, bro, this is what you're doing wrong. Offensive. Know your audience. She did challenge him. And he did say, you know what? I could do better. Sis got him to realize he could do better. Whether he will do better, we don't know. That's for Ashley to determine. Okay? So they say either you're going to stay with Ashante and be who you are as you are now, or try a different route with Ashley. Next up, we see Vince. Vince and his brother, Vince got another tie on. Okay. Vince, the ties are a good look for you. Let me start off there. Okay. My great grandmother used to say, you start off saying something nice before you start going in. So I'm going to start there. The ties are a good look. But Vince's brother is here as his family member. And I have been saying week after week that these Detroit men are coming well-dressed. Well-dressed, okay? Y'all may have editing. Y'all want to edit out certain parts of their outfits and stuff. But the men in Detroit have been coming well put together, okay? They have not been looking scruffy or wrinkly until now. Vince's brother, I don't know what happened, why we had the folded crease in the shirt. That is one of my pet peeves. When you take the shirt, if it's been folded and it's got that crease across, or if it's been folded and it's in a wrap, and you just take it out and where it's been folded, I can't stand that at all. We need a moment. Just steam it out. Steam out the crease, even if it's just the one in the front. Why is it, Vince, your brother is the first person up in here wrinkly? I'm sorry. We need some explanations. Hey, let's talk about it all. Good to see you. Glad to have you here. So Vince tells the brother, okay, I'm not giving Vince a pass. Oh no, he ain't getting a pass. I said I'll talk nice first. I said I'll be nice first. Vince ain't getting a pass. But Vince tells his brother he got 2 connections. And I don't need you to mess it up. Vince, your bro ain't gonna mess it up. You already messed up on several occasions. Okay? On several occasions. You done messed up. So bro says, Lauren comes in. Okay? Lauren comes in first. They sit down and bro's like, what is y'all spat about? Now we have a little segment about, let me see. Let me get my media asset. We have a little segment called, let me get the voice. I don't know if y'all heard that. You better ask El Cid. Okay. This is going to be a very brief one, so I won't be playing the whole musical. And a spat is a brief petty quarrel or angry outburst. And we've been seeing a lot of that. Okay. Okay, Vince, we've been seeing little petty quarrels. Okay, we haven't seen angry outbursts, but we've been seeing some petty quarrels out here in these ready to love, in these ready to love streets. So Lauren asks which one, because it's several, and talks about 6'2" or not. Now, y'all, if you are following me on Instagram and if you are watching my posts here on YouTube, because Ashante and Bello and then Donna gave Vince a book, I have created a Ready to Love Detroit book club. Everybody gonna get a book, okay? A book recommendation. So look out for my posts, and Lauren's book is gonna be about height, okay? It's gonna be about height. The truth about your height is a recommendation for Lauren. So I'll be putting those posts out almost like every day, and you'll be able to see the book club for Ready to Love, okay? So the brother was like, were you insinuating that Vince is lying? No, it ain't no insinuation, bro. And that to me was a little, I don't know, passive aggressive. Like, are you insinuating he lying? Just come out and say he lying. Don't insinuate it. Say it with your chest. Mm. So she said no. And I'm like, what are we getting at? So it seems to me like we are like, oh, are we going to get to this 6-2 or nah conversation? We're going to get to the way your friends treated my brother conversation. We're going to get there. I would have loved to see whole time. But here's one thing, y'all, in this interaction, we ain't done yet. Vince, you mighty quiet when your brother around. Is that usual? I'm not talking about other times. I'm like, in this instance, you were almost mute. Your brother was carrying the conversation. Okay? Okay? He must be masterful at kissing and making up because he is still there after all his spats. Right to go to Africa. We did see he did give Lauren a wonderful apology at the 70s night. So maybe that's it. He can give you a sincere, heartfelt apology. And you can feel it, and but he ain't gonna go back and do the same thing, but he's still gonna be poking the beer. How about that? I ain't gonna come at you this way, but it gonna land differently another way. We're gonna get to that with Vince later when he have that date with Donna. So bro said, what was the thing that you did wrong in a past relationship that caused it to end? Whoa, bro. I need you to hold up. The way you ask that question gives the assumption that she did something wrong. It gives the assumption that is because of her, the relationship ended. Now, y'all know this is an edited, produced show. We're not sure that is the entirety of it, but I'm going to take it at face value. Why are we assuming, like, what did you do wrong in a past relationship that caused it to end? Really? And I hope everybody answered that question, because if you're going to ask me that, I'm going to ask you, the brother, and I'm going to ask Vince too. Come on now. And then Donna walks in. And she said she is focused on meeting Vince's family so much that she has forget that Lauren is there. And y'all, I have a media asset. This is how Donna came in. Donna, you had me cracking up the way you said Lauren's name. And I have that. I'm going to make that a short, but here it is. Lauren. Did y'all hear? Lauren. I was like, girl, really? Really? Lauren. The way Donna said Lauren's name when she saw her, Lauren. And remember, the confessional is not the same time that y'all done had dinner. So this was sitting there on Donna's heart for her to say it out loud in the confessional. Okay. Yes, it was an awful question by the brother, the way it was phrased. Yeah, phrased. Hey, Miriam, good to see you. Good to have you here. Yeah, the Vince's brother, yes, that date gave us so many moments. And we're not over. Okay. We're not over. Okay. So Lauren said her first relationship, she didn't require much. And the brother raised his hand. It's a way to interrupt without being vocal. It also throws somebody off their square. Some people may say it's respectful. Some people may say it's disrespectful. Okay. But it's a respectful way of raising your hand and wait to be acknowledged. So Lauren acknowledged him. And he did not just jump in. And he said, I want to interview answer. Well, bro, you didn't get an answer yet. Can we get the answer out before you don't want to interview answer? Can we just answer first? Come on now. Can I get 2 sentences out? Can I get 3 before you're acknowledged and cut in? Hey, Chicago girl. Hey, Ja Tony. Good to see y'all. Can we have a moment? Take a breath. Let me finish it and then say you don't want to interview answer. And Vince is like, well, you setting it up like an interview answer. I don't need you co-signing. I don't need you co-signing right now, Vince. We sound like an interview answer. No, Vince. It sounded like when, and y'all, I'm an only child, full disclosure. It sounded like when brothers or siblings, it could be sisters too, when they on the same accord and it's, tapping in, tapping out. It sounded like an interview answer. I know y'all on the same team. Y'all on the same team. Y'all are bros. Literally. We didn't need you co-signing that. Okay? Okay. So Lauren said that X was someone that she helped grow. I got questions. How'd you help him grow? In what manner? Was he younger than you? Okay. Younger than you? She did get one sentence out, just Rhonda. Okay. She said, first relationship, she didn't require much. And then the hand went up. Okay. She didn't get much out. So the ex was someone Lauren said that she helped grow. And when he grew up, it was hard for her to look at him and change the way she related to him. Okay. And it was hard for her to be supportive. Well, I found that very curious. The part where she ended up saying it's hard to be supportive, because she had to be supportive of him to help him grow. So is it hard to be supportive of where he wanted to go next? Is where I was thinking. Okay. But you helped him grow. Yes, Toya C. Build a man, build a boo. We ain't building boos around here. It's like boo you. Okay. We ain't Devin looking for a boo. And y'all, that will be Devin's book as a part of the book club when I put those posts out. Okay. Interview questions, get interview answers. But that wasn't that was a setup question. That was an interview, but that was a setup question. And here's the thing, y'all, I get it, Vince and his bro and stuff like that, because I like spats. I like little petty going back and forth, and I will keep it going, till the mountains crumble. I will go back and forth, but I would instigate a few things. I said, "Oh, you're assuming that I'm not perfect." I would have done put a whole bunch of sauce on it that was not required. Okay. But I have questions about that. So, okay, you helped him grow. Did you try to sun him? But the bro said that it sounded like you were disrespectful. And Lauren admitted, yes, I was. And bro said, there we go. Are we saying there we go because you're like, oh, you're being disrespectful to my brother about his height? So I see it's come from a long line of disrespect for the men in your life. I mean, bro, that's how you were sounding. Now, it is an edited, produced show. It is an edited, produced show, and I don't know. As Chicago Girl said, you were waiting to pounce because you heard about what happened to your bro. But hey, bro can handle his own. He's still here on the show, ain't he? He did not need backup. Vince is still here with 2 connections. He don't need backup. But I understand, siblings hang together, okay? Hang together. I understand, okay? I had questions when he grew up. Was that in age or figuratively? I wonder if Lauren's example is from her first or last relationship. Interesting. I don't know. That would be a great question to ask. Okay. So Donna says, when the way she spoke to the gentleman, it communicated her disdain for him and his actions. And she tore him down, and it stemmed from her relationship with her dad. And then she had to forge a relationship. Now, I know the conversation there, what Donna had to say was chopped up real bad by editing. But that was an interview answer. I'm sorry, Donna. That was an interview answer. Y'all talking to you, Lauren, and saying, I don't want no interview answer. Donna was there to hear you say you don't want an interview answer. But because we sprinkle therapy and, relationship with my dad, it wasn't an interview answer. It sounded interviewy to me. I'm sorry. Y'all let me know in the comments, in the live comments and in the comments below. Did Donna sound like an interview answer? Because it did to me. It did to me. But I wasn't there. Hey, but the conversation was chopped up. The editing, you didn't have the words flowing at all. Okay? Okay? So Lauren is leaving the date, and she said the energy is shifting. Again, Lauren, energy shifting. What happening? Lauren, what is happening with constantly the energy shifting around you? Lauren. I'm going to say it just like Donna said. Lauren, the energy seemed to always be shifting around you. She seemed to be shifting. What is happening? Okay. Should we just, call yourself, the energy shifter? Sounded like the same answer to me, basically minus the father part. Yes, it did. Sounded like you communicated disdain for the man and his actions. It sounded like the same thing. Sounded like disrespect. But Donna's level of disrespect was accepted. Mm. But again, the energy shifted. Now the bros all ride till the wheels fall off. And that's what Donna said when she was walking out, and says it's important. This is important that the brothers are, sticking together, and she hopes to be a part of that family. I don't expect you to say anything else, Donna. I don't expect you to say anything else. But as quiet as y'all are seeing Vince and his brother, they weren't loud. They weren't rah-rah. It was real quiet. But that don't mean, as Lauren put it, the energy don't shift. That don't mean energy ain't flowing back and forth in that moment and in that whole period of time, that whole date. I could feel it. When they did the close-ups on either brother or the ladies, you could see it may not be loud, but sometimes the quiet thing that you don't say speaks the loudest. Sometimes it speaks the loudest. And I was hearing a whole lot. Even the way the brother sat there and was looking at either the ladies while they were talking was very loud. It was very loud. I was like, oh, we came here for a purpose. We're not going to be loud. We're not going to be rowdy. Y'all not going to say that they sassy men going back and forth with ladies. But still, we had a bit of back and forth. It was not argumentative, but we still had pulling and tugging. I'm just saying some of the things, how it happened. And I wonder if we didn't see as much back and forth because they edited, because I can't see Vince sitting there the entire time and just being quiet and letting his brother be the main one talking. I'm sorry. I don't see that happening with what we have seen on Vince on this edited show. So the issue is Donna's timeline. Donna says, we haven't discussed this, so this will be news to you. Donna, why am I getting news in front of my family? If we talking all this time, we got a connection. Why am I getting this news in front of my family? This ain't the time. See, this is where I would have been okay in the Darius situation saying, we feel ambushed. Why are you bringing this up in front of my family if we discussed it before? Now we ain't discussing, you going to bring it up in front of my family? No. This kind of stuff is not what we discuss in front of family. Let me get comfortable with it first. So she said, love is on her, on her list for 2025. She wishes to be engaged in 2025. And Donna said, even if it's on the last day. Even on the last day. Okay, even on the last day, she said, I need to be engaged. Vince was also cheesing all his teeth when Lauren spoke and hugged him, adjusted his quarter zip on the way out. When Donna adjusted his quarter zip on the way out. Oh, only me 23. Thank you so much for the gifted memberships. And around here, when there are donations and contributions, we love to do a whole dance. Yes, that is for the gifted memberships. Welcome to the new members. Thank you so much for always supporting the channel. Donna's timeline came up with Steven, but not with Vince for some reason. Maybe she wants Steven on her timeline, but not Vince. I don't know. Okay. Welcome to the new members. I don't know who is on the membership right now, but I definitely will shout you out in a post. Okay. So she says, I left off with Donna saying she's going to be engaged 2025. Donna is 2026. Are we engaged? That is not a dig. I'm just asking. I hope you found the love. Maybe you found love, maybe not in the capacity you were looking for, but I hope you found love in 2025. But in Vince's confessional, he says he just wants things to happen organically. It still can, Vince. Okay? It still can happen organically. But organic foods also have an expiration date. And Donna has hers. Okay? Donna has her expiration date. If you don't get on board, you will be left behind. So Donna asked, what was Vince's contribution for his marriage to turn into divorce? See, that's the way to ask it. That's the way to ask it. The marriage did turn into divorce. It don't matter whose fault or who's seen at fault. Okay, who's seen at fault? We don't know. Says bro. Sometimes bro says sometimes his delivery can be harsh. Oh, we seen it. We seen it. He said he doesn't seem to have another gear. This is his brother, his older brother, who's known him all his life. Say he ain't got another gear. This is him, full throttle. Ain't no other gear. Not JC. Welcome in. Maybe she found love with a puppy. Hey, I said, I hope she found the love. You know, an engagement don't mean rings. You know, she could be engaged in having a puppy. Hey, we use words in all manner of ways. But if the bro is saying his delivery could be harsh, don't see another gear. I have to say, full disclosure, full confessional. I used to be like Vince. Harsh delivery. And it's, you know, I used to say, it's not in what I say, it's how you take it. I can say what I want, freedom of speech. I can say how I want, when I want, and it's how you take it. It seemed to be a you problem. I used to be like that. So I kind of understanding no other gear. I'm kind of understanding no other gear because I used to be like that. And I had to realize that, you know, I have to put myself in a manual shift. I can't be an automatic. Okay. Donna should have pulled the the ripcord. Vince isn't going to get bullied to move in by the date or have a baby by this date. It ain't happening. Hey, Blondie Monique, you're welcome. That was only me 23. She gifted memberships this evening. Please go look at the member live, the most recent one. I didn't act up. Well, no, I acted up a little bit. This is the only member live I will admit that I acted up. The one that happened last night. Usually it's the members that act up. Okay. Enjoy the member content, including Project Runway Canada. I just uploaded those videos and I will upload who's the winner later on today. So the brother says you got to give him got to tell him 70 times that it's not today. If he is going da 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 da, you've got to tell him maybe 70 times. Why I got to tell a grown man 70 times? I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. If I am involved with someone, I don't have to tell you 70 times, not today. Just like I shouldn't have to yell at you. I should be able to say it in a calm manner. Please, not today. And you would hear it. I shouldn't have to tell you 70 times. I mean, come on. Would you like it if you have to tell me 70 times, not today? Put yourself in my shoes. Come on now, 70 times? That to me should be left for your siblings and y'all going back and forth, da 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 da, for your little friends, da 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 da. Not for your significant other. I shouldn't have to tell you 70 times. Golly, that's telling kids in kindergarten 70 times. But in the discussion, the brother said, Lauren is kind, but, you know, she got out of the first question real quick. I would get out of it too real quick, bro, because the way you phrased it. Sorry, I'm saying bro, but that's Michael. That is Vince's brother. I just, you know, Vince's brother reminds me of one of my good friends. And that's how I would talk to him. Like, listen, bro, behave yourself. But Vince's brother, Michael, says that she got out of the question real quick. Yes, I would too. Wouldn't you? What if you were asked, what did you do to mess up your previous relationship? But is the harsh delivery really what turned the marriage to divorce? Because we still got harsh delivery. I hope Donna's next question is, what has Vince learned? What has Vince learned from this? Because the harsh delivery is still there. I ain't got to tell you 70 times. I bet your production ain't got to tell Vince 70 times that he got to show up and what time he got to show up. I bet they don't. And he shows up. So why does the significant other got to do it? Hey, Mimi, good to see you. Glad to have you here. Oh, you got your halo on. Does that mean you're going to be good in the chat? We don't need you good in the chat today. He laughed. He was joking. Just meant for Donna to have some patience to give Vince some time to make adjustments. Mm. Is that what we're saying, Jaguar? Okay. That what that's what you're going with? Okay. Okay. I know it ain't 70 times, but he's saying you got to tell him over and over and over again. Not today. I shouldn't have to tell you 5, 6 times. Hey, reality is life. Lauren has no connections because she made very little effort with until Dom and Bella began to get intimate. Donna also has a harsh delivery. She seems to be comfortable with his. We're going to get to it. We're going to get to it when we talk about their date. Okay? Okay? But brother Michael said that Donna's cool, but the timeline is a little bit off. But he does pick Donna for his brother. Understood. And as Jaguar said, or someone said earlier, was it Absence or Jaguar said, she was fixing his tie, and he was real smiling, loving it that she adjusted his tie. Vince was happy. This is the calmest I have seen Vince the entire season. This date with his brother. Does his brother have a calming effect? Or did they decide on this date, I'm going to sit back, bro, and you going to handle it? Next up is Bello and his brother. That date. Somebody in the comment section said Bello's brother is very handsome. I will say to Bello's brother, that yellow shirt you had was definitely complimentary. Okay. It shows us that you are, bench pressing a good amount. That yellow turtleneck was very complimentary. Okay. Very complimentary. His brother came into the date already having an issue with Lauren. Vince got him ready. I agree. It would have been a great follow-up as to how he adjusted his communication. The answer cannot be that your partner must always adjust to try and understand with grace. Yep. We're going to get to it. His date with Donna. We're going to get to it. We're here with Bello and his brother. Now, Ashante was at the first date with Bello and his brother. And Ashante, you need to watch out because you coming for Darius's spot. You coming with Darius's spot with that fur coat that you walked in. And y'all, I'm going to have a short. I'm going to have a side-by-side with Ashante and Darius with the coats this week. Because Ashante was coming for him with her coat. And the coat was just flowing. The hair on the coat was just flowing in the wind. She was like, I am here. It is windy and you better see it. Now, Bello's brother, we on the date with Bello and his brother with Ashante. We're going to go through that first before we go to the other date, okay? He said, what makes you a suitable match for my brother? And I was like, in listening to him speak and how he speaks. Bello's brother, I need to know, did y'all grow up in the same household? Did y'all grow up in the same household? Because if y'all listen, Bello's brother, his cadence, his diction, his articulation is very different. Wait a minute. My ears perked up. If that is the first question we're hearing from him, and even so in the subsequent times we do hear from him, I was like, ooh, did the brother follow the way that the parents wanted him to be? The lawyer, the engineer, did he follow that path that the parents wanted? But I need to know because Bello tells us he had an upbringing of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air where he had to move away because of whatever challenges in the community. So I'm wondering, did y'all grow up same thing, same schools? Very interesting. I listen out for cadence, vocabulary, how people say things, how they choose to say things, and even how the brother carries himself. Very interesting. Okay. So Ashante says that they read the same literature. That's why I opened up that book club. Okay. I put out a book club. Y'all will see the post. And they have the same core and moral values. Yes, it's obvious they have a different lifestyle and orientation. Or maybe reality is life saying maybe it's a significant age gap between them. Maybe, but I don't think they look even 10 years apart, but it could be. I don't know. I don't know. Now, Ashante asked, "How do you feel about your new niece?" And I wonder, Ashante, what else was the brother asking you? Because I felt, y'all, it's an edited show, but I'm talking about how I mentally, if I'm in the hot seat and you've been pushing and pushing, I'm gonna push back a little bit gently. I'm gonna push you back on your heels. I'm gonna let you know, first of all, I know he has a daughter. I'm gonna let you know, I'm gonna push you back. So how is it having a niece? And for all you know, Ashante knew that the brother never met his niece. And that's kind of like, ooh, I was like, Ashante, if you were operating the way I'm thinking, in my mind, that was a little bit of a pushback. Like, get off of me, like a little pushback. They both seem like nerves with great vocabulary. I didn't sense that they grew up in different households, just the best Bellows slightly older as a millennial. Maybe, but it's more than that, absence. That's why I asked, because yes, it can't have two people grow up, in the same household, same everything, but very different. Again, it's just as you said, much as you carry yourself, how he speaks, the choice of words, even in the discussion later. I can't fully put my finger on it, but I know it's his cadence, his vocabulary, and his choice of words, because it was slight. What it makes you a suitable match for my brother. Just the way he said that was a little bit different. Okay. Okay. He could have done it. Yes, dark arts. Hey, Felicia. Yes, the dark arts to me is like, Ashante, did the brother have you on the ropes? And you're like, let's talk about his kid. Let me see how the family feels about his kid. Okay. Well, Bello did tell us more about spending time with his daughter. Okay. Um, the brother said that, they're in Miami. We're here. Makes it hard. I was like, dang, they're there and we're here. That's what it sounded like. And I'm hoping it's editing. That's like, oh, they're there, over there, and we're here. I'm hoping it's editing. Bella said it's been 5 months, 5 months, and he has gone to see his daughter 3 times. Now, remember, at this point, they were saying the daughter is barely a year old. Okay. I'm not going to analyze how many times. We don't know how long he has been there. The 3 times he went, we don't know how long he has been there. He could have been spent, gone 3 times, but it's like a month each time. We don't know. Okay. We don't know. But the brother has not met his niece yet, and maybe a birthday trip. And I said, was it a birthday trip that got you into this fatherhood, Bello? Because the way the brother looked at him, you must be out your mind, thinking that's how I'm going to spend my birthday. the look, the look at the top of the rim of the glasses as a longtime glasses wearer, the way he looked at his brother, it was slight. But I'm going to put 10 on 20. It was slight. I wasn't there. I wasn't there. Bello, bro, or Ashante could clear it up for us, but I wasn't there. Okay? I cannot wait till planes, trains, and automobiles are invented. Dominique may not have given him permission to go see his daughter. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. Interesting, y'all are saying. But hey, I don't know how long, because I know people who have had relationships with their children, and they're across the US. The kid is in LA, they're on the East Coast. They may have seen their child. You may see a handful of times, but each of those handful of times, it is a time where, they spend a significant amount, like a month there. So I need to know more details than that. Okay. Sure, it could be the music they listen to, friend groups, or other social influences that shape their development in different ways. Very interesting. Others say they may not be brothers. Hey, if you tell me that's your brother on the show, I'm gonna say that's your brother on the show until you tell me otherwise. Okay. The date was way longer. Hey, Ashante, welcome in. Welcome in. Date was way longer. And it was actually fun. We cracked jokes and were very silly. But hey, I had questions too. Yes, I'm misbehaving. I am misbehaving. Okay. Just let you know. Because I said that little question about what you feel about your niece? Felt like you were pushing him off a bit, like he was coming at you with questions. You were in the hot seat and like, we're gonna douse this fire down a little bit. Let me put your brother in the hot seat, okay? Okay, let me put your brother in the hot seat a little bit. What about this kid he got in Miami? That's the dark way I would have done it. Okay, but I'm not going to judge. I'd have more questions where he's gone three times in 5 months. I need to know how long, how often he was visiting. Again, he could have been in Miami for 3 weeks out of those 5 months. There are ways that people can co-parent across the US and so forth. So I need to, and the daughter is a year, okay? Is a year old. And they're, Ashante's favorite place is Miami. But Bella to suggest we're going to go for your birthday, Bella, and that's how you got into fatherhood. But Ashanti says she likes, Bella's brother, and she had a good time. Okay. And she came in here saying it was actually fun. So I guess editing was correct in this instance. Now, in the discussion, the brother said that Ashanti fits with what you want, and y'all seem fond of each other. Don't let Dom hear that, bro. Okay? Don't let Dom hear that, because then you won't be considered family no more. Now, for the other date, Dom is matching blue with Bello, and the brother is there. I told you, the brother, bro, that yellow shirt complements your shoulders, arms. You were telling us that you bench press a lot. That's all I'm saying, okay? The shirt looked good. But Dom says that he has a connection with Ashanti, okay? But she's the strongest connection. And his connection with Lauren is weakening. Okay? Weakening. Okay. We understand. That's when she's walking in. Dom said the experience is amazing. Okay? And she's met her person. She got to see him on the retreat interact with his other connections, and she ain't worried. Y'all put a pin in that. Dom says she ain't worried. And she feels like she has ownership of his those are Dom's words. Those are Dom's words. Hey, high vibe. Okay. The baby can travel to Detroit if he wasn't able to travel to Miami. Hey, you got to sponsor that trip. All I'm saying. Then Lauren walks in, and we're going to play Donna again. We're going to play Donna again on how she said Lauren. Lauren walks in, and I think this is how Dom also thought of it in her head. Lauren. She is worried. GC's here. She worried. She real worried. She's worried. Okay. Lauren walks in. Lauren. Dom asks Lauren, how are you? And Lauren says, I'm good. Hi, it's everybody. I was like, ooh, ding, 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 ding. We have started. I'm not asking you back, how are you? I'm going to ask the whole room because I'm talking to the room. I ain't speaking to you directly. Ooh, that's what it said to me, because that's what I would do in that instance. And if y'all want to say that it's dark arts and it's me misbehaving, that's fine. I like that kind of misbehaving. Those are the subtle misbehaviors that I engage in when I want to engage. Okay? Okay? Now, we're getting flashbacks of the retreat. How, Lauren tells us she getting flashbacks when, Dom and, Bella were lip locked and he slept in her bed, but, he's still a connection for her. And I gotta invoke card A. How, Sway? How is he still a connection for you, Lauren? Why are you lying to us that he's still a connection? Well, you said if he stay in that room with that woman, we ain't connected. Come on now. Come on now. Come on. Dom was hella pressed once Lauren walked in. She couldn't even pretend to be cool. She couldn't. And we gonna get there. So again, bro asked, what's make you the right fit for Bello? Bro came with that question for everybody. So Lauren says he's never satisfied. He's always going for the next thing. And together they can be a multiplier. Okay, she is a multiplier by being supportive and understanding And Dom's face was twisted. Dom's face twisted. Like, what? You did not just say that. Bro said, well, how do you feel that there's another connection here? And I said, ooh, bro, that's a little bit of tinge of messy that I like. It's like, you ain't going to engage with her directly, but we're going to talk about her while she's sitting here. We're going to talk about Dom. You don't want to talk to her, but we're going to talk about her while she's sitting here. And Lauren said, I feel great. I'm okay. Dom is like, I have a question. She didn't raise her hand like Vince's brother. She didn't raise her hand like Vince's brother. But I have a question. The last time we talked, it felt like Bella was not a connection for you. Why, Dom, stop. Time out. Coach, ref, time out. Let's stop this right here. Last time y'all talked was the women's lounge. And why are we spilling the women's lounge tea out here in the open, not only in front of one of the men, also in front of his family? Dom, that was not a good look. That's the first, not the first good, not a good look. This is probably number 3, 4, or 5. That was not a good look. Last time we talked, like if y'all are girls talking on the phone every day. No, we know it's a women's lounge. Why are we telling the men and family women's lounge business? See? Detroit, y'all are just letting the lounge stuff come out. Y'all just letting the lounge stuff come out, please. Can we not? Detroit, y'all are telling all the tea. Now we know where pillow talk is happening. We're having pillow talk right here in front of us. And Bello is sitting down with his head down. Bello is sitting there quiet with his head down. Lauren said, I don't feel like I have to answer to you. Daggone it, right, Lauren. You ain't got to answer to her. She's like, not to me, but you said it in front of everybody. No, Dom, she did not say it in front of everybody. She said it in front of all the ladies. In front of all the ladies, not everybody. And now here you are, you saying it in front of everybody. I'm just, Dom. And if you're going to carry the water, I need you to carry it right. This is the part where I should have had Vince when he was checking Ashante. No. Get my words right. Get it right. I don't want you to misinterpret. Don't be misinterpreting what I said. That ain't what I said. I wish Lauren gave Dom one of those moments. Lauren said he's a strong connection for sure. And Dom giggles. Bello's still mute while Dom is giggling. And I'm like, Dom, you just said you ain't worried. Why you have anything to say? For a woman who ain't worried, you got lots to say. Okay? So the bro said, do you see yourself with these ladies? He says, I see myself with Dom in the future, yes. As she says, we go together. Bello, hello, Bello. Bello, what do you say? Dom say y'all go together. What do you say, Bello? See, this is where the word semantics, y'all say, oh, it's semantics. No. He clearly said, she says we go together. Dom, that's where your ears should have perked up. Because he didn't say, I agree, we go together. She said we go together. But what do you say? Say, I hope his brother picked up on that and said, no, bro, what do you say? What do you think? Are y'all together? Okay? He said, but Bello says with Lauren, there's a connection, but it's been up and down. Of course it's been up and down, Bello. She's seen you kissing Dom. She's seen you sharing a room with Dom. Of course it's going to be up and down, but you're acting like it's just up and down. I haven't done anything for Lauren and my connection to be up and down. I haven't done anything. That's how you're acting. When clearly you have. Clearly, we're all watching it, that you have done stuff here to cause anyone, not just Lauren, to back up away from you, to figure out what's going on, and then to come back. See, any woman would be backing up and watching and seeing what happening, if you, especially if you kissing and she in a room. Mimi says, I wouldn't have said a strong connection. Girl, you showed your hand right there. Dom is so focused on Lauren, she's not paying attention. She's not, GC, here. She is not. Right. Bello and Dom are literally sitting in your face in matching outfits. She dressed him. I'm sorry. And if you go to my post, there are 2 outfits they also wear during the show that I wonder if she dressed him then. I'm sorry. Y'all got to go look. Lauren is a fierce competitor. She wanted to win the battle. Any victory against the ruthless Dom would have been a much better prize than Bella or any man. Yeah, she pushed Dom back on her heels. She let her show her hand. But Bella's sitting here like, yeah, our connection with Lauren had been up and down. Like you don't know why? What? It would have been love for me. Lauren entertained that way beyond the expiration date. If you're going to show up with some dirt and receipts. Hey, Playing Genie, good to see you. I'm like, Bella's sitting there like he didn't do anything to cause the up and down. So Lauren said he made some solid decisions too quickly. And Dom said, elaborate. Wait a minute, Dom. Wait. Why do we care? Elaborate. Are you running this? Or is it the family running this date? Dom? Hello, Dom. What are you doing with this? Elaborate. Lauren's like, what? I'm just explaining. I feel like a side chick. I'm like, And Dom says, it is what it is. I said, no. No. Dom, you are looking bothered. The feathers are ruffled. The feathers are ruffled, Dom. I am sorry. The feathers are ruffled. What are you doing? If you are unbothered, you ain't worried. Why are you asking for elaboration? Why do you have questions? Why do you care if she is there if you are not worried? Why? Because it will be a matter of you're not bothered. You should be sitting there unbothered. Okay? That's how you should be behaving. But again, you're showing us you're bothered. Okay? You're bothered. You sound bothered. Okay? He said you're not bothered and you sounding bothered. So Lauren said, Bella, just to clarify. See, this is another thing I would have done because I always like to ask questions when all parties involved are around. Just to clarify, are you still open to connection? Yes or no? Yes or no? And Bella says, that's why we here. Another non-answer. Dom looked at him like, you better tell her. Why don't you tell her? This is the best time to tell her. Tell her. That's how Dom looked when she looked at him. It sounded like an Uno reverse. Remember when Dom checked Devon in front of Bello? It's looking like Dom wanted Bello to check Lauren about the connection right there in front of her. I was like, ooh, that look, that moment. Why you want to compare yourself to a side chick? Did you give up the peach? If not, it's an irrelevant response. Exactly. It's an irrelevant response. I would have gotten up and walked off after a very long pause. Right. He said, that's why you are here. Really? Bello, I thought you said you're an open book. Ask me anything. Anything. I'm asking. We here in front of your family and your other connection. So is it a ask me anything privately? Is that one of those ask me anythings? Don't ask me anything anywhere. Okay? Just ask me anything privately. Okay? Hey, Motown investor. I told y'all, when someone tells you I'm an open book, ask me anything, that puts my antennas up and it irks me the wrong way because that sometimes, not always, sometimes that is a cover for you to disarm so you don't look past their answer. Because you're going to think, oh, they're going to answer me no matter what. They're going to answer me honestly no matter what. It's for you to put your guard down. Don't stop analyzing. Do not stop analyzing when someone says they're open book. I never say I'm an open book, ever. But I will say, careful what you ask me. because you might not like the answer. That's how I am. The book ain't closed, but I ain't telling you the book is open. But don't ask me because you might not like the answer. Okay? Dom knows Lauren looks better in. No, no, play Janie. No. I wouldn't have been a good competitor against Dom. I would have not put all my cookies, tail, and oxtails in his face before he learned my name. Many ladies prefer to wait to be pursued. Yet, ask me anything, just not in front of Dom. Thank you, Rana. That's another one. That's a good one. Ask me anything, just not in front of Dom. And I would never have said I feel like a side chick. Or is it, I would have said he's treating me like I'm a side chick. Put it on him. Put it on him. He is treating me the way he treats, he would treat a side chick, or the way side chicks are treated. I'm telling you what I want you to know. Yeah, open book, tell you what I want you to do. Okay. Bella was shaking. Bella was shaking when Lauren was asking if she still got a chance. Yes, he was. He was. Okay. Also, so that person can be obtuse and say, well, you don't know because you didn't ask. Rana, you have to ask a particular question with those people, because just like an open book exam, you still got to study. You still could fail an open book exam if you don't know where to look. And if you don't ask the right question, you're going to end up right there with a ask me anything. And it's a, you didn't ask. You didn't ask the right questions. That's what I don't like. But okay. So Dom leaves. Dom leaves, and Lauren said, hey, Dom leaves after Lauren said, so I ain't gonna get a straight answer. You ain't gonna get any answer here in front of Dom. In a confessional, she said it's frustrating. Dom says it's frustrating because, a lot of back and forth between her and Lauren, and somebody's not going to play in her face, and she's not going to allow that on her time. Dom, you just allow Bello to play in your face. You just allow Bello to play in your face. He said, she say we go together. He ain't say what he think. He said what you have said. Okay? Okay? Yeah, that's like going to the judge and saying, I'm going to be honest. So Lauren leaves, and there's a discussion between Bello and his brother. He says, Dom can be possessive and really throw hands on anyone that breathes your ear. Bello's like, come on. Come on. Lauren was doing more than breathing ear today. Does that justify Dom's behavior? Does that justify how Dom behaved? I'm sorry, Bello. What? Excuse me? What are we saying? That does not justify it. Lauren was doing more than breathing air. Well, if Lauren ain't a connection, why is there a problem? Why is Dom, being so possessive? Brother said that Lauren was calm, saying her piece, and Dom was coming in hot. But the brother picked Ashante and Lauren. Now, Bello in his confessional said, I see where things can go with Lauren and Ashante. Do I do that, or do I honor consistency like Dom? Choice of words. Choice of words. You're going to honor Dom's consistency. He said, I trust my brother's judgment, okay? But I'm going to trust my own discernment. Bello, your discernment is what had you using Beijing. Your discernment is what had you in this unique position of fatherhood at 30-something years old. So I'm just saying, for what we have seen from this edited, produced show, the discernment ain't discerning, my brother. I'm sorry. The discernment ain't discerning. Not for me, at least. For the pieces that we are seeing. Okay? Okay? This discernment is only happening in the fashion. That's it. The choice of suits. That's it. But again, all this possessiveness, I would have liked to ask the question. If I was Bello's brother, but maybe I wouldn't have asked him on camera. Just because, it's siblings. You don't want to embarrass him on camera. If Dom is this possessive, ready to throw hands with someone that you only have a connection with on the show, how is this going to work with your co-parenting? How is this going to work when you have got to go to Miami and spend time with your daughter, with someone you have clearly had more than just a connection through a show. How is Dom going to handle that? Okay? Dom was the boy is mine, not yours, but mine. If Dom's smart, she would ask Bella why Lauren thinks she still got a chance. Exactly, plain Janie. That's where I was going next. Dom did what I have seen that a lot of ladies do. You go at the lady who is the other connection. He's telling her something. He's keeping her around. She's staying around because of something he is telling her. So you need to talk to him. The fire of elaborate. The elaborate should have been Dom telling Bello, elaborate. Why is she here? Why is Lauren here? Why is Lauren still here? Because I done told you what she said in Ladies Lounge. Why is she still here? The focus was off with Dom. Focus don't need to be Lauren. The focus needed to be Bello. And Bella's focus was on the ground. Okay? Lauren didn't get the hint. He isn't feeling her, just wanted the votes. Yes, he could have wanted the votes, but what is he telling her? That she's still casting the vote his way? That's all I'm saying. What is he telling her? That she keeps voting in his direction, even after he done stayed overnight with Dom. That's what they're saying that happened on the retreat. Why is she still casting her vote for him? I'm just asking. Okay, but the brother picked Ashante and Lauren, and Bello said he ain't gonna listen. He gonna go with his own discernment. Now Donna and Vince had a date, and not an outside coffee date. Y'all have issues with coffee dates. I understand you ladies don't like coffee dates. I will tell you, I met my husband. We did a coffee date because here's the thing for me. Coffee date is the jump off date for me because I don't know if I can stand being around you longer than 5 minutes. If I could stand in line and talk to you after we done ordered some coffee, then maybe the next time we're going to go on something else. But I don't know if I want to be in your presence long enough for dinner. You may give me indigestion. That's what I prefer. We went to a coffee date. The coffee place ain't there anymore. It's a restaurant now. But we would go back there again. We went back there a few times after we were even married. So again, coffee date is simple enough for me. I have gone on an ice cream parlor date because I don't know if I want to be around you as long as it takes this ice cream to melt. I'm just saying. That's just how I am. That's just how I am. Don wasn't trying to win, I think. Are you guys on RTL really her type? Just doesn't seem right to be. No, it doesn't. It doesn't seem. I don't think they're the caliber that she has grown accustomed to. You're not saying anything offensive, Mimi, at least not in my direction. Okay? So they go outside, they have the coffee date. The only reason why I side-eyed a coffee date with Donna, because Donna done told us she spends all day in the coffee shop working on her dissertation. It's like, dude, she has a certain level of coffee she's accustomed to, not this carnival coffee. I'm just saying. Okay? Okay? Why did Bella say I have decided that you're not ready to love? Hey. We'll get to there. But Vince has to ask if it's shorts or not. Okay? Vince, we know you have a teen daughter. You don't know if it's shorts or not. Donna says that's what I was going for you to be distracted. Donna. Okay? Donna. Saying my husband and I had our first date that lasted 9 hours because of good conversation. Second date was coffee, which ended with a lovely first kiss. See, Ab saying it's lovely for you. Our first date, that coffee date ended up being 5 hours. It ended up going into lunch. So Vince asked, are the shorts seat appropriate? And Donna said, that's why you got a lap. I said, Donna, that is the way you tell a man that his proximity can be closer. Okay? She's telling him, hey, you can sit closer to me. Actually, if I can't sit on the seat, I'm gonna sit on your lap. And Vince was like, whoa. Okay, whoa. I think as long as Vince is present, Donna is happy, but whatever the environment, I don't know if Donna really likes. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But that is a way to tell a man you're open to physical touch, that you are willing to sit on his lap if the seat ain't seating. So Donna said you need thick skin to be in his world, so we got to talk about it. But Donna, when you sat down, your skin was touching that seat, and I know it's cold. That's all I thought about. Donna, it's cold, and you going skin to seat. Oh, Donna tried to give him something he could feel. Now, Donna says communication is a need in her relationship. Okay. Vince said, I'm not as romantic as you would like me to be. That sounds like a setup, Vince. That sounds like a setup. It sounds like y'all are two different love languages. Like maybe Donna needs words of affirmation. I don't know these folks, so I'm just guessing. Donna needs words of affirmation and he needs acts of service, but I don't know. But it sounds like, as Jesse Wu would say, the continents are not meeting. They're trying to tell us it's meeting, but I don't know. Vince said, he moves, talks, and texts quickly. But Vince, when you said, I may not be as romantic as you would like me to be, Vince, you had to be romantic to get married the first time. Please tell me. Okay? You had to be romantic at some point to win the love and favor of your first wife. When people start saying, I may not be as romantic, you have been romantic. You just haven't been in a while, but you have been, especially if you've been married before. You have. So when you say that, it's like, are you trying to tell me to reduce my expectations of you? Because that don't fly with me. Because I need you to do better because now you're more mature. Okay? Wind chills, Donna. Now you know you need a turtleneck and some pants, not hot pants. So Donna asked, what can I do better? That's a way. She put it in his corner. His corner. What can I do better? Put him back on his heels. Now, he's like, just know that I don't mean any harm. Know my heart. Know my heart. But y'all, they're sitting far apart. While you're telling me to know your heart, we ain't holding hands. You ain't rubbing your thumb against my wrist. We are far apart. Yes, we may be, angled towards each other, but we are far apart on that bench. But you got to know my heart. How you expect her to know your heart or even be open to your heart and you ain't even holding her hand? He says, sometimes you got to tell me, hey, stop. So you have no internal regulation, Vince. Not only you got to tell him, hey, stop, you got to tell him it a few times, according to his brother. And Donna said, so even if I get offended, I should know where you're coming from. Yeah. So Vince said it's getting nippy. Yeah, he's not a handsy guy. He's not a handsy guy at all. I think Vince understands the way he moves and stuff, even the way he was looking at her outfit and complimenting her. Vince knows what to say and not say. He knows what to say and not say. Okay? Yeah, they do look cute together. Okay? Okay? They do look cute together. But cute together don't always make a great relationship. So when he says it's getting nippy, and she says that's what you are there for. If y'all slow it down, and Donna, if you do catch this recap, please let us know. It looked like Donna put up her hand to give him like a come hither. Like Donna said, come here, Vince. Come closer. That's why he said, don't threaten me with a good time. I think that's why he said, don't threaten me with a good time. But if you slow it down, you'll see her hand came up and all of a sudden it flashed away because they clipped it. Okay? Because they clipped it. But he said, don't threaten me with a good time. He slides closer. That's another thing. Donna did not move. Donna did not move from where she was. He had to come closer. And all I heard was Common's Come Close to Me, Baby. That song, I heard that in my head. Hey, Lady T-Bug, glad to have you here. Good to see you. If y'all like crime, drama and stuff, please go to Lady T Bug's channel and support her over there on on her front porch. But Donna did not move. Vince had to slide over and come to her. Come into my web, said the spider to the fly. I was clocking Donna the whole time. Donna came dressed for it. Donna had the words for him. Donna was clocking Vince the whole time. I was like, I see you, Donna. I see the web, Miss Spider. But they're hugged up, okay? And he's rubbing her knee. And I'm like, Vince, this is where you kind of lost it. Okay? You lost it. Because Vince says, this is PG. My physical therapist rubbed me like this. Really? Really? Why you got to call your physical therapist in this? Vince, is it nervousness because there are cameras and other people observant? It got to be the cameras. Please tell me it's the cameras because you can't be this awkward. Yes, Donna has little Dom in the best flirty way. I love to see it. Yes, it was. Yes, she was. But I think too, maybe Vince doesn't. I think he's probably thinking too hard about how his behavior will be perceived out in the public. Okay, I think that's how he's thinking. How would this be perceived? But he's like, my physical therapist rubs me like this. Hush, Vince, hush. This is time for you to hush and just warm her up. Okay, that's what she told you. She threatened you with a good time. Have a good time. Okay, have a good time. So while they're walking away, Vince says, Donna's trying to adjust her pants because ladies, we know those delicate pants. Sometimes when we sit, we got to adjust it down because they ride up with wear. Okay. If you ever know the old British comedy called Are You Being Served? You will understand the joke, ride up with wear. Okay. And he said, don't pull the pants down now. Give the ducks a show. They want to see some buttocks too. I can't say the word he said, but he said the ducks want to see some behind too. So Donna, I gotta say it was success. He got the peak you wanted. He got to see what you wanted him to see. Okay. And he mentioned it out loud. Okay. He mentioned it out loud. Oh, don't pull it down don't pull down them shorts. Give the ducks a view. Are you a duck, sir? Are you a Drake today? Are you a Drake looking? Are you a Drake today? Yes, pulling on the 2 short shorts and when it's cold. Thank you, Just Angel. Reminding everyone, hit that like button, please. One good time. Hit that like button, okay? Oh, you love that show? Are You Being Served? There are lots of shows like that I watch or used to watch when I was young. We see each other. Are You Being Served? If you don't know that British comedy, I don't know what to tell you, okay? And another one, Allo, Allo. If you don't know that one, I don't know what to tell you. Donna was given the thighs. Yes. The thighs. Donna was showing you exactly. She was the dance instructor. Remember, she said that. She still has her dancer's body. Do not get it twisted. Do not get it twisted. She has a dancer's body, yaddy, yaddy, yaddy. It is still here. Don't think that she can't do a kick, a turn. Don't think she can't dress. Come on, dress like it. Come on. The thighs were out, no matter the temperature. Oh, yeah. Oh, I got lots of BBC comedies I used to watch. But yes, she's like, don't. Vince didn't miss it. You see, Mimi, Vince ain't miss it. He didn't miss it. It's just Vince tried to downplay it. At least what we saw. He tried to downplay it. He's letting her know he saw that her behind, she pulling down those pants. So he was looking in that direction. He saw it. But he's letting her know in a very inconspicuous way. Oh, don't hide now. Let the ducks get a show. Not let me get a show or let me get a better look at it. Don't hide it now. Let me continue to look at it. No. Because it may sound creepy depending on how it's edited. Vince downplayed it. It's like, no, don't do that. Give the ducks a show. Let the ducks see some more. Not let me see some more. Let the ducks see some more. The ducks ain't looking in down a direction. Even if they look, they don't know what they're looking at. Okay? She ain't got enough feathers on her bouquet for the ducks. Body is nice. Just don't wear them childish shorts anymore. Wear it at home. Wear it at home. Okay? I wish I could insert a photo of the sleeves. You mean the pink sleeves for that outfit? The outfit she had in the confession when she said, Lauren. I'm telling you, that's my favorite. That's my favorite clip from the show so far. So, Ashanti, y'all, we are here for an hour and a half already. We continuing because Ashanti and Darius got a date. Okay? Ashanti and Darius got a date. We are here for the long haul, y'all. Hit that like button. We are here. We ain't got much more, but there's a lot more to cover. Ashanti and Darius go to iFly date. If you have not tried iFly, I really suggest that you do an iFly date if you can. It's really awesome. If you don't want to jump out of a plane, but you do want to have that sort of experience, it is really cool. Not Mr. Granger. Are you free, Rana? So he said he and Ashley has been having friction. Okay. He and Ashley have been having friction, and he invited Ashanti to indoor skydiving. Is this what you do, Darius, if you have another option? Is this what you do? When there's friction and you have another option, you go with the other option? I'm just asking. Or is this just for the show? Okay? Is this for the show? Bring the jacket next date. Now, Darius said they have great chemistry, but they never had a date. Never had a date. Blondie Monique, during when school is out, they usually packed. Check when school is in. They usually have like specials because less people are showing up. That's just if you want to go do iFly, okay? Okay. That's what he's supposed to do. Okay. Okay, reality is life. I'm free. Okay. We'll have to have a Are You Being Served party because I see y'all. We'll have to talk about Are You Being Served? Okay. So, is this what we do when we have another option? But they say great chemistry, never had a date. Never had a date. So why this late in the game? Why is she meeting your family before y'all even have a date? Thank you, Quay. Why are we meeting family before the first date? We didn't even have a Zoom date. All we doing is cackling on the phone. I don't believe this. I don't believe this. Yeah, Plain Janie. Allo was a hit series in Holland. Yes, it was. All over Europe. Ashley and Darius are done. It may seem so. Okay. Because what happens in this date, I think it ain't gonna work with Ashley and Darius. But they never had one-on-one time. So, but the connection is growing. How Sway? Let me bring up Cardi. How Sway? How? Now, Darius came ready. Okay, he didn't come with the turban on, but by the end of the date, after he flew around and did a lot of acrobatics, the turban was on. Now, he asked Ashanti if she wants more kids. She's like, I don't miss those days at all. I understand you, Ashanti. I don't miss them either. Don't miss him either. But he feels exactly the same way. He drank water, y'all. He sees the kids. He telling her, look at the kids run by. And he said his blood pressure went up. Now, Ashley wants kids. So what are we playing at, Darius? What are we playing at? Ashley wants children and you don't want them. You're actually getting the chills because you see kids running up and down next to you. What are we doing? But he said experiences taught him about moving too fast on something. Ashanti has been coasting so far and still open to explore new connection with Darius is as a free agent. Darius seems to ditch them once a backbone is detected. Let's talk about it, girl. Mm-mm-mm. So he either lied to Ashanti or to Ashley. Darius has 4 already, no need for more. Well, Ashley already told us from first mixer, she wants 2 to 3 kids. That's why Devin is off the list. That's why Devin was off her list. So then why are we playing? Why are we playing? Were we playing with Devin at the time? But Ashanti says she have not heard much from her top connection. Why are we talking about other people on our date? And he also talks about he has not heard from his top connection either. Why are we talking about the other people? This is our date. Our date. But production, let me talk to production for a minute. Production, whoever managing your set, that wobbly table was distracting. I noticed little things, and little things like the wobbly table was distracting. I had to watch that scene about 4 times to get the sense of what they were talking about and avoid focusing on that wobbling table. Darius tried to put his foot down and keep the table from wobbling, but it was a wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble. That table, somebody stick a napkin under it. Okay, something. Don't have the table wobbling in a scene. That's some basic stuff. Okay, I'm done with production. I'm done with telling them about that. Okay. Why are we talking about other people? He said his mind was made up on what he does not want now. Okay. You mean like Ashley said what she not gonna do? So it was okay. It wasn't okay for Ashley to say what she not gonna do. What is not submission to her. But now you can say your mind is made up on what you don't want. Sound like a double standard to me. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Okay. Yeah, they bonded over their top connections losing favor, but I ain't talking about nobody else on my one-on-one date not happening. No way, no how. I don't want to hear about it. I don't even want to hear about your ex. I'm sorry. We ain't talking about that. We can talk about a relationship. We ain't got to talk about the person. We can talk about how the process is going, but we ain't got to talk about the people. Mm-mm, mm-mm. So Darius is like, I like our pace. You mean slow? Because he said, it's a turtle in the hair. The turtle will catch up. Really? Is that what we're saying? The turtle gonna catch up? Well, we only have a certain amount of time on this show. Tell the turtle to hurry up. Darius says he's going in one direction with Ashley, but he feels like he's not going in that direction anymore. Oh, do tell, sir. But then we hear dun, 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 dun. We hear the men's lounge, the lounge theme. And Darius is walking in the gorilla coat. Now, I know why that coat is called the gorilla, because it's big, it's black, and it gives a certain stance and majesty. I'm sorry. Ladies also have a gorilla coat. You know those black fur coats with the longer hair? Those are also called gorilla coats for the ladies. So again, I understand why that coat. I have heard the phrase, the gorilla coat. I have heard that phrase. And he brought out, because this is the last men's lounge. So he said, I am bringing out his majesty, the gorilla. Okay. The tortoise. And I guess that's splitting hairs. I know it's tortoise, but some people say turtle. So I let it go, because some people do say turtle and the hair. Okay. I let that go, Rana. Okay. I love that coat that Darius had on and the suit. And with the gold bow tie. Did you like the gold bow tie? Because he is a fashion designer as well. I'm going to do that voiceover the whole time. Maybe I need to clip that. I'm a fashion designer as well. I know it's not me, Rana. So in the final lounge, Bello says, for the ladies he likes, okay? Darius was like, I'm going out in grand fashion, gorilla style. To be honest, it did look nice on him. I was expecting him to kind of like beat his chest like Tarzan. I mean, that's what it was given. Quay said not the bow tie. Jesus. Girl, can't you like the whole outfit? Darius talks about his submission, like his submission perspective and needs are right. Not that it's an ongoing negotiation between partners. He's finally saying something real, though it's problematic. Okay. Clip the awkward voice, the voiceover. I'm also a fashion designer as well. I'm gonna have to go back and look at it, Ronna. I'm gonna do it for you. I'm gonna have it by next time. Okay, we're gonna have it. We're gonna have it for Darius next time. Just like we had Donna today saying Lauren. Lauren. I'm sorry, Donna. I'm sorry. You ain't gonna live that down. So in the final lounge, they ask, who are y'all feeling? Who did the family is feeling? Bella said Ashante. They spoke on his daughter and how co-parenting would work. Vin said Donna. They got to the root of some of her relationships, but the timetable is an issue. And understandable at her age, but that does not speed up his. Vince, kind of grated my nerves a bit, even though it's honest that it's, at her age, but it's the way it was said at her age, the timeline, at her age. Okay. But you're not going to speed up yours, then set her free, Vince. Then please set her free to find the love she's looking for. Darius said Ashante, he can be himself. The first date, he was able to indulge in the connection. Now, Darius, I need you to pay attention. When the gorilla is out, I don't need that gorilla touching the floor, okay? Because that's why Reality is Life probably saying Darius needs someone to vacuum all the fur off his carpets. Too much shedding. Daggone it. Daggone it. It looked healthy. The coat looked healthy. I just don't like it touching the floor. But that's a pet peeve of mine. Don't let my coat touch the floor. But when it's something as majestic looking as the gorilla coat, do not have that touching the floor, please, sir. No. I need you to pay attention, okay? Especially with your ankles showing, because you ain't got no, decorative socks on, okay? Now, who is your family not feeling? And Tommy went in with, Vince said, Lauren, things came out that did not paint her in the best light. Unsupportive and disrespectful. But Vince, y'all didn't even ask Lauren how many years ago that was. Because you got a divorce under your belt, and that could be seen in a negative way. It could be seen as unsupportive. You could have been seen as disrespectful in your marriage. Okay? You could have been seen that way. We have questions. But Tommy asked, do you see that now? Do you see that in her today? Today. Vince said, we've had some spats. Now, Vince, that's your brother's word. Your brother said spats. You got to come up with your own word, but I'm like, your brother is in the men's lounge with you in spirit. We've had some spats. You used your brother's word. So I'm thinking this was chopped up because when he said you ask only your girls for advice and I don't know what you think, I think that part of the conversation in the men's lounge was chopped up. I need to know the nature of what Vince said about you asking your girls for advice, but I don't know what you think. Okay? It doesn't matter because it's the ladies' turn to be eliminated this week. No, it's not. No elimination this week. Reality is Life. It's decisions this week. Decisions this week. I'm speaking on it. The ladies are not getting to the facts and lessons on the men's past relationships and marriages. Right. That's not what we're seeing. I'm sure they're asking questions because we're seeing some of them ask pertinent questions, but it seemed to me like even though they're asking questions, we're not getting to see the answers or see the questions. I think production is leaving it out. That's just my thought. I don't know any better. Now, Bello said when Vince was talking about Lauren, Bello said, not authentic. Did y'all hear that? At first I thought, oh, y'all doing another voiceover? Y'all doing another voiceover, but this time Bello? But if you look at the screen and slow it down, Bello barely has his lips moving. He's saying, not authentic. Yeah, Lauren had to go. It was home time. Yeah, it was home time. Lauren had to go. Lauren could have gone. See, the wildness in me would have sent Ashante home. Sorry, Ashante. I know you're in the comment section. I'm sorry. I sent Ashante home and make Bello decide. I make Bello decide on the bridge. But that's just me. But Bello said not authentic. Tommy says, Bello, your brother had thoughts? Bello said everything was smooth until Lauren came in. Was it? So the energy shifted? Because, Dom was bothered. You mean the energy shifted? Bella said the brother was asking question and Dom was too. Tommy's like, why is Dom asking Lauren anything? Why is Dom asking Lauren anything? We asking the same thing, Tommy. Lauren asked the same thing. Why are you asking me? Why are you in this? Bella says, she was at the women's lounge and things were said that were attacking my character. And Tommy said, who was? Bella said, Lauren. Tommy, this is where I need to talk to you, Tommy. I know you probably ain't going to see this, but I'm going to need to say it out loud for my peoples and them. Tommy, he is telling you in the men's lounge what is occurring in the women's lounge. You ain't got nothing to say. Nothing to say about, I told y'all what happened in the lounge, stay in the lounge. Nothing to say. Oh, Bella said, not authentic. Sorry, Kathy Smith. Bella said not authentic when I whispered. Because he said it really low and his lips were barely moving. You have to do the close up and look at it. I'm sorry, Kathy. Thanks for asking me. But Tommy was at the women's lounge, Bello. Tommy was there. Ask Tommy what happened. Ask him. Well, it came back to me that Lauren was saying it was attacking my character. Ask him. Tommy, you should have checked Bello. Why are we talking about what happened in the women's lounge here in the men's lounge? Clearly, they are not following your directive. Clearly, they ain't listening to you, Tommy. Clearly. Okay? Clearly, too much pillow talk is being had in Detroit. But Tommy, the fact you didn't check it tells me it don't matter. It don't matter. The fact that you did not check him and say, why are we talking about the women's lounge? How did you find that out? Why are you even repeating that when I told y'all what happens in the lounge stays in the lounge? But since Tommy didn't check you, Bello, that was your opportunity. Tommy, I heard, it came back to me that my character was being called into question in the women's lounge. And Lauren is the source. Ask Tommy, right, Hussein? Hey, welcome in, Hussein. Hussein from Ready to Love Philadelphia, y'all. Thank you for coming through and making your comment. Ask Tommy. That's the only one was there. Clearly, y'all could have a man-to-man conversation right here, and Tommy could say, no, she was questioning how you were moving, bro. She would question how you were moving, how the energy shift and stuff. Tommy could have told you right there. It wasn't your character, but you want to ride that horse all the way to the end. You want to ride that, oh, she coming for my character. Because at second hand, you gonna believe Dom, who is Lauren's competitor. She is competing for you. You gonna believe what Dom gonna tell you? You think Dom ain't gonna put some sauce in that to make you think of Lauren in a different way? So now I'm looking at you, Bello. So you gonna be moving with the wind? So just because Dom told you, you gonna move with it? Or did you get other people's perspective? Or is it that you got other people's perspective? And even if you did, those are women who are competing for your attention against Lauren. Why you believe in it in the first place? Why are you bringing it up for Tom? The fact that y'all could open up your mouth and say what's happening in the lounges is what's wild to me. Dom telling your brother, you bringing it up now, and you going to bring it up again later. Now I don't care what happened in the lounge. Don't care. Because clearly Tommy ain't going to check y'all for violating the rules of the lounge. Clearly, Tommy ain't checking y'all. Tommy ain't checking y'all. And Tommy don't have to check you loud. Tommy could just do real quiet, real slick, real smooth like he does. So y'all really just talking about what happening in the lounges? That's what y'all doing now? Tommy could just do that and put Bello back on his heels. Bello back on his heels. That's all. So that's what y'all talking about? That's what pillow talk y'all doing? Lounge business? Okay. What was that? Darius has said that Shannon, Donna, Ashley attacked this character. Too much pillow talk happening in Detroit. Bella likes to listen to gossip and believe it. It's unattractive. It is. It is. Dom is doing Bella dirty work. He doesn't like Lauren. Hey, he don't have to like Lauren. That's okay. That's okay. But the fact that you are like, she talking about me, you getting it third hand. You didn't even ask Lauren directly. Lauren, what did you say? I mean, it's going to be bold anyway, because you ain't supposed to know what's happening in men's lounge. But again, Tommy was in the women's lounge and you have him present, first person narrative, and you didn't ask, but you telling Tommy that Dom told you stuff. Okay. It's on film too. Okay. You shifted. That's what she said. You shifted. Bella said Dom asked, do you have a connection with Bello? Because you wrote him off. Bello, you could be being played by Dom now. Okay. She could be telling you that to get you off another woman. Okay. You're not going to the source. But we ain't here, we ain't hear how your bro feel about Dom. Was that said in the men's lounge or was that cut out production? We didn't hear that your brother said that Dom ready to throw hands. We didn't hear that part. We didn't hear that part. Your brother said that Dom is possessive and ready to throw hands, and that your brother really picked Ashanti and Lauren over Dom. We didn't hear that part. And that you rather use your own discernment. You ain't tell Tommy that part that we saw. Remember, y'all, this is an edited, produced show. Bello could have said it. Production cut it out, but we ain't see it. Okay? So somebody need to tell us who was there. Yes, Bello said what his brother felt. Okay? At this point, out of the video sound, the lounge is like Love is Blind. It might make the show even better and messier. I'm diabolical too sometimes. Thank you, John Tony. Remind people, hit the like button one good time, please. Okay. Yeah, we need to see the lounge videos. Okay. We need to see the lounge videos, or we need to see. You could have run the videotape, Tommy, run the clip of what Lauren said in the ladies' lounge and set it off. Yeah, but that's just me being diabolical. Okay, that's just me being diabolical. But we ain't hear how your brother feel about Dom. Interesting. So Tommy moved to Darius, and Darius said Ashley, she brought something up in front of his family that they had already talked about, and they were done with that conversation as far as he was, thinking. Darius told Tommy exactly what he said. Ain't no 40-year-old saying some dumb ish like that. And Tommy said, dang, Darius. Dang. And y'all see Darius's face. I mean, Tommy just said, dang, Darius. You saw his face look well chastised. Well chastised. Quay said, run the footage in front of Dom so she can be made out to be a hater. They better do it in reunion, but I have little hope they would. Little hope they would. Now, she wants Darius is like, she want to say my bad behavior. I'm putting bad behavior in quotation marks. She want to say my stuff out in front of my family, but she ain't saying the whole conversation. Oh, Darius, is that the point, that she didn't say her part to play in this? Okay. So Vince said, it sounds like Ashley has no respect for Darius, and respect must be earned. He said that in his confessional. He ain't say it out there in the men's lounge that we heard. Vince, that was what you should have said in the men's lounge. Vince, that is what you said. It should have said in the men's lounge. It sounds like she don't respect you, and you ain't earned that respect. You ain't earned her submission. That's what you should have said. Not what you're about to say. Not what you're about to say. Vince said, yeah, she told me that you effed up. After Darius say, I effed up. Vince is like, yeah, she told me. Tommy's like, why is Ashley talking to you? Tommy, you had more fire for why Ashley talking to Vince than you had for the fact that Bella is bringing up ladies' lounge business in the men's lounge. Vince is like, whoa. Ashley is not and never has been a connection for me. And I asked her if she was okay, and she started crying and talking. And he was just listening to her. But y'all peep Darius's face while Vince was talking? Did y'all peep Darius's face while he looking at Vince while Vince is saying all of this? Lessons, ladies, lessons, 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 lessons. This is a more calm, you better ask El Cid moment. Careful who you share your emotions with. Careful. Be very mindful. And it doesn't only have to be relationships in a romantic setting. It could be friendships. Careful who you share your emotions with, because they may bring it up and it may be brought up in a time that does not paint you in a favorable light. Whew. Men, Vince. This is for Vince and for men that are in the situation like Vince, where you may have been the person that the person had the emotional outburst, not emotional outburst, meaning, a whole lot. She just had an overflowing of emotion, needed to get it out. That's why I say an outward burst of emotion. Men who are in Vince's position, also, here's another thing. You never know how her significant other will receive this. The other man may receive this as interference in his relationship. Okay? You have to be mindful. Yes, you're trying to tell him, hey, I talked about it. She was having a moment and she spoke to me. You didn't have to say none of that, Vince. And I say that not to be a Debbie Downer, but again, you have no idea. And I'm only using Darius as an example because he is the other man in this instance. This is not me saying anything about Darius's character. The man in Darius's position, you have no idea how he sees this. It can be seen as interference in his relationship, and you have no idea how that man in Darius's position is going to go back to his woman with the information he just gathered from you. I'm saying this like seriously. This is a very much a learning moment. It's not going to happen in this instance, but it's a learning moment for everyone. You have no idea. Like, even if you tell some of the men, I saw your girl, crying down the street, you may want to go check on her. You have no idea how that man is going to receive it. I know it's not your responsibility. That man, needs to be accountable for his own actions, but I have seen people take things the wrong way. Vince, all you had to say was what you said in your confessional. Hey, man, it sounds like you ain't earned Ashley's respect. That's all you had to say. You did not have to share a moment that she had where she had a problem with what was going on with her and Darius. You didn't have to say that. That was one of them times you need to be quiet as you were around your brother. Because again, careful. Now Ashley is not safe with you, the man who is in Vince's position. She's not. She could have had that moment. She could have had that emotional release and be done with it and be fine. She could have been fine. Now here you are bringing it up days later to her man. And now it has been resurrected as a problem in her relationship. Hush. Hush. Learn to carry the water wisely. Hush. So there are two lessons for the lady. Watch who you are sharing your emotions with. All support ain't going to be substantial or very supportive. It's not. It may be supportive in that moment and it can come around and do a U-turn on you. And men who are in the position like Vince, hold it safely that she trusted you in this moment to have that emotion. Don't go telling the other person, because you have no idea how that other person, her person, is going to receive this and then how to go act upon it. Because we see what's coming up this week. How Darius is going to be checking Vince. So again, now it kind of explains to me why Darius felt the need to check Vince. He don't need to check Vince, but he feels the need to check him. Okay? When he needs to speak up, he doesn't. And he speaks up now, he don't need to speak up. At all. You didn't need to say anything at all about Darius and Ashley. Because Tommy was like, why is Ashley talking to you? Tommy clocked it. Okay? I know after the season and all the podcasts, the reunion hopefully will be good. Girl, I hope the reunion is good. I hope it ain't lackluster. but we don't know. Okay, we don't know. Darius said no man should know his mofo business. Okay, talk to your brother, talk to your dog, stay in your lane. And he feels disrespected. See how Darius took it? Ain't nobody should know his business. Talk to your brother or your dog. He said, you diggity dang dog. Hey, he feels disrespected. What? Darius gonna put one of them endangered species on him. Darius is like, I said it. I got mentioned. It got mentioned to Vince, and he didn't know about it. So, what is your purpose in mentioning it to Vince? Are you trying to destroy my character? This is immaturity he is not willing to deal with. Now, Darius, this ain't immature. I understand what you're saying. It's the olden saying, don't hang your dirty laundry out for everybody to see. But you know what? A closed mouth doesn't get fed. Ashley, I'm just going to say, yes, Darius, she picked the wrong person, but it was a matter of convenience. She didn't really pick him. He was there. I think, Darius, you need to also look at, how is it Vince noticed that your girl was hurting in that moment and you didn't, and you weren't the one to ask her if she was okay? I think maybe you're handling it like you didn't. It was really you that should have done it, and maybe you're upset you didn't do it, but now it's out on Vince. That could be. But y'all, that's all I'm going to talk about with that. We almost at 2 hours. See, I told y'all this episode was going to be a lot. So Bella takes Lauren out. And we know Darius takes Ashley out. We're going to start with Darius and Ashley. He decided to summon Ashley for a date. Daggone it. We summoning for dates now? That's what we doing? We summoning dates. Okay. Have not heard from her in 2 days. Does she still have your car, Darius? I believe, now Ashley, this is me being messy. I believe you got your car back from the mechanic so you could afford to not talk to him for 2 days. But even if you were using the car with his permission, of course, you could still not talking to him for 2 days. That's okay. But not talking, you haven't heard from her in 2 days. You riding around in my whip and you ain't talking to me? You riding around in my whip. Bello and Darius definitely talk a lot about character this season. Let's see what comes out at the reunion about their character. So, Ashley said if he don't walk out with her, then Ashanti was his pick all along. They talk about barriers they have to overcome. There's an age difference. 3 is the grace period, 3 days. Age difference. Ashley does not want to feel inadequate because of the age difference, and she don't want to feel inadequate in the relationship. Darius says he doesn't ever want her to feel this way. But are you willing to work on not being so quick to pop off? Okay, Ashley, we hear you like to pop off. Darius, it sounded like the pop off is some serious popping off. Says, she's like, you do and say things that make me uncomfortable. And it's either pop off or walk away. And what you're trying to tell you is right now we're filming, I can't walk away. So I'll pop off. So Darius said he believes in protection. She's like, well, what did I do to damage you? I said, ooh, good question, Ashley. He said, when a man repeats back to him that she didn't feel safe, he's like, but I didn't try to dog you. And that was cut up. I know that whole sentence was cut up. And I wonder if he mentioned Vince's name. But Ashley's like, you opened the door. He's like, we both did something that wasn't right. And he'll work on his delivery and she'll work on her grace. Now, we can see that Darius ain't letting this up because it's coming up this week. But Darius tells Ashley she is still ready to love. Okay, this has been an intimate moment for them, but he still has a connection with Ashanti. And take it day by day to be sure you know what you're getting into. Ashley, do you know what you're getting into? Do you know? Let's get to Bello and Lauren. Lauren walks in.
Lauren.
I got to play Donna. Lauren walks up. Bello. This is how I knew Lauren going home. Why did Lauren have to pull out her own chair? Lauren walks up. Bello ain't stand at all. And it's not like to say the first date one-on-one he had with Dom, where the chair was open for her to sit. You didn't hold out the chair. I was like, oh, we seriously going home, okay? She had to pull out her own chair and sit down. But Lauren, you look like you had an attitude like you knew you were going home, but that's beside the point. So she asked, "How was your day? Excited to have this chat." Y'all, she didn't look at Bello yet until she said chat when she looked at him. "How's your day? Got to have this chat." So she, calls him the Grim Reaper in his outfit with that black plaid trench coat. I said, Lauren is coming in hot. Lauren said meeting his brother was awesome, but the date was horrendous. Bella says, "Hey, he like you and Ashante." Lauren's like, "He's a smart guy. He's a smart guy. He knows what's best for you." I put that, okay? I put judge on that. Bella was completely disrespectful, Lauren, in my opinion. He did not maintain his cool, gentlemanly behavior. The Grim Reaper sent you? Girl, it did send me too. Bella said, in the lounge, when you find fault with someone, you dismiss them really quickly. In a ladies' lounge, when you speak on someone's character, that's a different conversation. Why, Bella, do you feel the need and that you have the wherewithal and the permission to bring up anything that happens in the ladies' lounge? You were not there, sir. Why do you feel the gumption and gusto to bring up anything the lady said in the ladies' lounge to another lady who was there? Who's the one who said it? This is all secondhand information, Mr. Bello. I'm sorry. Secondhand information. And the source, not reliable, as you clearly will see now when you're watching the show. Lauren said, I questioned the character when A, B, and C happened, and it's valid. Instead of talking to Lauren, the one who he said questioned his character, he made the assumption about what the ladies discussed. And the fact that you can say it with your chest, I heard you said this about me. Is this how we carry on in real life? Or do we not ask the source? Bella says, when asked about connection, he didn't want Dom to feel anything. He didn't want Dom to feel some kind of way. But Bello, when you were kissing Dom, when you stayed in the room with her at the retreat, as everybody was saying, you wanted your other connections to feel something? You had no such gumption about how Lauren or Ashante would feel when you did those things. So why now I'm concerned about Dom's feelings. I don't want her feeling some kind of way. She already was, for the fact that she had the claws out. Elaborate. I have a question. Clearly, she was feeling some kind of way. Okay. Hey, Sean, good to see you. Good to have you here. Lauren's like, I thought you were married. He's like, yeah, like, I feel you're not ready to love. Really? Lauren said, what a joke. Are we done here? That's why the name of this is Are We Done Here? Are we done here? I'm just here so we don't get fined. Lauren felt like Lauren felt that Bello made his choice a long time ago. And these guys and their makeshift connections. Now, in your Better Ask El Cid segment, okay? In your
Better Ask El Cid.
Better Ask El Cid. I hope you were able to hear that. You better ask El Cid. A makeshift item or solution is a temporary substitute or arrangement, often crudely put together quickly from available materials to meet an urgent need when the proper tool or solution isn't available. So Lauren used the right word. These are makeshift connections. Okay? It's a temporary substitute when the proper tool or solution isn't available. But Lauren, you also had makeshift connections. That's what the whole show is about. Let me just push you back a little bit on your heel. It's all makeshift connections. It's all makeshift, okay? I wish Lauren could have kept her cool right here. I wanted her to leave out fully unbothered. I did too. I did too. Bella couldn't greet Lauren in front of Dom, but could greet Dom or say goodbye in front of Lauren, even kiss in front of everyone. His actions spoke it. His actions spoke it. His actions spoke it. Lauren thinks she is ready to love by seeing all that she does not want in a man after this experience. Is it the man or is it the experience? So Lauren was sent home, y'all. Let me bring up my media asset. Lauren was sent home. Lauren was sent home. Everyone under here with their name in black. And then, of course, Lauren is right here next to Donna. Okay, next to Donna. Everyone in the name is black. It was sent home throughout this process. And I left them up there because, by the time this time, we done forgot all who came through. We done forgot all who came through. Now, Bella's up there with Dominique, between Dominique and Ashante. And Ashante is up there because, she in a corner pocket because she also got Darius as an option. Darius is next to Ashley, and then Vince and Donna. I don't go who gonna win the argument each week, going to determine who on the top or the bottom. Okay. But those in red are the ones that are still here. It is time to meet the ladies' families, Donna, Ashley, and Ashante, and Dominique. Okay. We have 4 ladies and 3 men. So somebody gonna be left at the bridge. Somebody gonna be left at the bridge, or somebody gonna be told at the bridge to keep on walking. I ain't talking to you anymore. Okay, keep on walking. So again, the ones in red right here are all that is left in the process, and they are going to those in red right here on the side right here. They're going to be making a decision this week. So this week is the women's family and it's decision time. And next week is the first episode of the reunion. This has been a great recap. Thank you all saying yes. We have awesome. Yeah, awesome. Tomorrow I'm doing the night of a night of the 7 kingdoms. So if y'all are into Game of Thrones and you have HBO, we'll be talking about that first episode, and I'll be doing it weekly on Wednesdays. I think Bella was speaking a lot of nothings, sweet nothings in Lauren's ear. That's exactly it, Blondie Monique. He was saying a lot of sweet nothings. But again, he's saying a lot of sweet nothings and it's like, Dom got to figure out what sweet nothings he was saying. If Ashante does not self-eliminate, I'm going to be disappointed for her. She may pick somebody. What if Bella decides he don't want Dom and he want Ashante? Ashante is the one that got options. Okay? She is between Bello and Darius. Hey, Mona Wilson, good to have you here. I hope Ashley and Ashante pick themselves. Dom and Bello deserve each other. Said with shade. Okay? Okay, y'all know how we feel about shade around here. We love a good shade.
I hate to be shady unless I really have to.
We have to be shady around here. Okay? We have to be shady around here. Okay? Yeah, Ashante is the only one with options. But does she really have an option? See, y'all want her to pick herself, and picking either one of them, she could be picking herself. We don't know. Everybody could be picking themselves. We don't know. Or people may just pick each other so we can make it to the reunion long enough and then tell everybody we didn't make it. Okay? We didn't make it. Okay? Thank you, Nick May 2000. Thank you so much. Wishing me the best on my channel. So just for housekeeping, let y'all know what's going on around here. Okay? We will be back. We'll watch this show live together. 7:45. I open up the live on Friday so we can watch Ready to Love together and have the whole reaction together and have the chat together. Next up is that I also have Unscripted on Fridays at 5 p.m. where we have a good old time with music. We can't hear the music, but we talk about a year in music, and we have a good old time on a Friday. Let the members tell you it's not just for members, for everybody. Saturdays at 5 p.m. EST, I cover RuPaul's Drag Race. So if you like Drag Race and we judge the fashions ourselves, come on through. We talk about, RuPaul's Drag Race Saturday at 5 p.m. EST. Sundays, this Sunday, I don't think I have anything, but Sundays in February, We will definitely be doing Married at First Sight Australia. So find a YouTube channel that shows it. And we will also be doing maybe unsolicited advice will come back. Okay, definitely. Oh, thank you. No life without music. Thank you so much. Welcome on in. And we love to, give a good old shake to say thank you. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you so much for your support. So definitely we cover Love is Blind here on the channel as well as Ready to Love. So when Ready to Love is over and we have our 2 reunions, we still having fun out here. And let me tell you, the members get messy. 8 p.m. on Mondays is Messy Member Mondays. I am demure and mindful, okay? The members in the comments, they act up. I am always, trying to be demure and mindful. Don't mind that last night I was not. But don't listen to the members if they tell you I am not demure and mindful at any other time. I am, okay? I may act up on occasion, but we also have a bachelor and bachelorette. We have to decide if we're dating or dumping them, or if we're letting them date, or we having people dump them. Don't listen to Quay, okay? We have a good old time in the membership on Messy Member Mondays. But y'all, we are here. A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, Married at First Sight Australia, Love is Blind US comes back in February on the 11th. We're here for the good old Love is Blind stuff. I am here. I am on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. And also, I have a book club that I'm putting out with suggested books for this entire cast. So look for that coming out on my social media. It's just all in good fun. All in good fun. But I thank you all for being here. Please hit the like on the way out. I appreciate you all. And as I always say, I'll see you on the next one.